Hello everybody. This is going to be a quick video showing you how we'd like you to turn in your assignments and kind of what we would expect for you to turn in your assignments for IS-303. So first thing I want to draw your attention to, make sure you always read this assignment details. There's a couple different ways we might ask you to turn it in. The most common will be this way, which is to zip up your project folder, and then once you've zipped it up, you'll turn in that zip file here. So real quickly, um, another thing I want to show you real quick, just because it's not super intuitive with Visual Studio 2017, I want to show you where your project folder is created, where your projects are all stored. So here's this program that I made. I called it Nelson Radley Homework 1, Nelson underscore Radley underscore Homework 1. I saved that. So now that I have that saved, in order to get that, you've got to go to the C drive, and then users, whatever user you are on your computer, then source, then repos, then here's all the folders. Whenever you make an assignment or a project in Visual Studio, it'll create a folder for that project here. So we'll go ahead and look for Nelson right there. So there it is, Nelson Radley Homework 1. We'll go ahead and open it up. But yeah, so here's where this folder is. And like I said, so for this one, it's asking us to zip the project folder and upload the zip file here. So for that homework, there's no flowchart, but when there is a flowchart, I want to make sure you know how to do that as well. So I've gone ahead and I've just copied this to the desktop. It's right there. You can see it. So I moved that to the desktop to make it a little easier for you to see. But here we are. This is my flowchart, and this is the homework assignment. So what we would like for you to do is to just select them both. And if you right click, you can set send to, and then compressed zip. So there you go. There's that zip. You can rename it, call it whatever you want for homework 1, but pay attention because on some of them it may ask you, I believe homework 3 will say make sure you zip up the project folder and flowchart like I just showed you how to do, and name your submission first name, last name, homework 3. So if it says to name it something, this is homework 1, so I'm just going to say Nelson Radley Homework 1. And there we are. There's my zip file, and you can go ahead and turn this in on Learning Suite. For the most part, for almost every assignment, you will be turning in this whole project folder zipped up. However, on homework 2, and if it says it anywhere else, make sure you pay attention. It's going to ask you to submit just the C# source code, and that needs to be called basketball.cs. So we're going to want to make sure that you call your C# file basketball.cs, and just the file this time. So where you'll find that, we'll go ahead and navigate back here. If you open up the folder and go into this folder, there's what's created right there, the .cs file. Now if you look here, we can rename it. So in this instance, it wanted it to be called basketball. So if it's not called the right thing, the best thing to do would be rename it right here. So basketball.cs. And then make sure you hit yes on this. And that's important. You'll learn more about it later. But if you just rename the .cs file in Windows Explorer, it will cause issues. But you can see now that this right here is now called basketball.cs, or whatever you need to turn it in. So in this instance, for homework 2, it says to submit the C# source code and the flowchart zipped up. So not the whole project this time. So what we would do here, I'm going to go ahead again to make this easy. I'm going to go ahead and copy this, move it to the desktop. So there's my C# file. What I'll do here is, again, you would take the corresponding flowchart for the assignment, select them both, right click, send to, compress zip. And it came over here. So it's just called basketball. So there it is. You can rename that. It just wanted you to be sure that this basketball file is called basketball.cs. And just make sure you read and pay attention. That's a big thing in this class, is paying attention to the details. But I just wanted to make sure everybody knew where the project folder was located and how to zip it up. Another thing you can do, because it is kind of hard to find, if you go to repos, like, you can drag this to your quick access like I've done. So now I can just click right here and there's all of the assignments. Make sure to Slack us or reach out to us if you have any questions, but hopefully you should be able to find this folder and you should be able to zip it up and turn in your assignments now.